This is going just about in the right direction. Unmind Matters with Agasthya, Shah, Arushi, Sethi, founder of Trijog, our mental and wellness partner in this conversation. Sakshi, Shivdasani, and we have Kareema Barry. Moving on to the next. And this is COVID. Wow, the pandemic. Today, it is real. I mean, it has happened. Back in 2019, if I have to even think of December 31st, 2019, when I did know something like this was happening, like, you know, there is a virus scare in China, and I said, the way it is headed, it could be a figment of my imagination and sort of logic that what if it comes here? You know, it has passed my mind, it has crossed my mind. It happened in December 2019, but by Feb, things kind of changed. I was still not willing to accept it because I'm talking about it on my show and I'm like, no, that's not. It's China, I understand it's right there, but it's still not coming here. We're India after all. And we've seen it all and been there, done that, but it did happen. 2020 happened in our lives and 2020 changed almost everything in our life. At least for 2 years, there was a lot of change we saw. So the thrill of unpredictability to the fear of what the virus would do to us and what going forward it could do to us. You know, that initial months of 2020, what was it like for you, Sakshi?
So for me, I mean, I did see a lot of people around me, for example, my sister and everybody not react very well. But for me, it kind of gave me the time to kind of take a step back. I did a career change during the pandemic. I was working more than I've worked before, but at the same time I could cancel a lot of plans because there were no plans. Like maximum I have to cancel a Zoom meeting. So I was like, yeah, whatever, I won't show up for this, I won't show up on house party, nobody can reach me, you know. So for me, I was very happy being at home, just focusing on my work, not having to kind of drain my social battery, going out and talking to people. And I mean, I helped my sister shave her head. Like, clearly she was going through it. But I was having a great time. I was like, ooh, a fun haircut and all of that. And then like, by the second wave and all of that as well, like I was like, okay, this needs to be done, I want to go out a little bit and everything. But I know this is not the normal sentiment, or like, I mean, this is not the common sentiment, but I really flourished during the pandemic. In fact, now that like, and there was a lot of bad happening, so just one good doesn't make up for all of that. But speaking from personal experience, my mental health has actually gotten like overwhelmingly bad since things opened up because of having to say no to people, or like having to just, you know, like come out of the house when I'm like, I really don't want to. And just, you know, so for me it's kind of been the opposite, which my entire family did get COVID at one point, and that was worrisome. And always like, obviously like, hearing the bad that was happening in the world was scary at all times, but just from a mental health aspect, because I was at home, I thought I was not going to get COVID ever. So I was like, oh, I'm safe. And I don't like going out anywhere because I do think everything is dirty. Like, I am a little bit of a germaphobe like that. So just me having an excuse not to go to a club, not to go to a restaurant, I was very content with that. So for me, I was mentally, I was thriving.
I was saying you get to go to college. What was that?
Yeah. Oh, yes. He's not going to college. So I didn't get to go to college because first year was completely online. Second year, half year was completely online, and I just finished my second year and I've gone to college for 11 days.
Wow.
Out of those 11 days, 3 days I was in Delhi for work. So technically 11 minus 3 days I've been at college.
Do the math, Agasthya, you're in college.
I purposely didn't do it right now. But yeah, I didn't get to go to college. It was completely online, Zoom meetings, Zoom classes.
Yeah, I used to give online exams and we...
online
I remember watching,
I think, dude, the problems that I've gotten to just because I make videos on online classes, like there was a time where my professor's son, watched my videos, and the professor in like a group of 50 in our class, he publicly said it. Okay guys, don't try to cheat. I've seen Agasthya's cheating video in online class. I know what y'all do. I was like, people are texting me, bro, why the hell you post that video? We don't know, like you get an assignment. We used to divide it between the three of us. Sab thoda karenge. And I made a reel on that. He's like, I'm going to give you all individual topics. I was like, guys, I'm sorry. It's helping my career, but I'm sorry.
I remember the one you did with the professor. अब आ जाओ वापस ऑनलाइन से ऑफलाइन
that was also exactly, that was also from the professor's side only. But otherwise it was a complete shift, you know, when I went back to college for even the how many days I went for. I could not believe that I was interacting with so many people. Like the first day I went there, I actually had proper anxiety because I was not used to being around so many people. Like I came out of school, okay, I'm Agasthya, but now all of a sudden I'm Agasthya Shah. Like for me, I'm just Agasthya. I'm always going to be that. But it's that kind of little pressure that all of us, I'm sure, feel, you know, whenever we're out in public. And in college, it's people my age. I know everybody, you know, kind of watches my content. It's just how do I behave? Like, because I don't know. Is everybody my friend? Are people just talking to me for some other reason?
Right.
So it was just a big mess after COVID. I didn't know where I fitted or where I was.
Wow. So then, do you see legitimate changes in you
After COVID?
Yeah, I mean, we are not still in after COVID era, but yeah.
No, after the lockdown,
After the lockdown,
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine being in college afterwards, like after having become an influencer. Like I am doing my masters, but like I understand what he's saying. But masters is a very intimate situation that's happening. My third year was half of it was in 2020, so I was still doing my online exams and stuff. And that lockdown, the 2020 experience, was like me with my sister. We were both like stuck in a Gurgaon apartment. I had just moved like some stuff from my north. I was in DU, so I had just come from North Campus to her, and it was really like random. And I had like 6 t-shirts, and then I started making videos. That's when it started. So. Like she was saying, she flourished in the lockdown in terms of her career. So did I. We both got signed together in the lockdown only, and that started for me there. So 2020 for me was a year where I became something, and I was doing something that I genuinely enjoyed because I was being very myself, and apparently people liked me for it, and apparently I was going to get paid for it. So I was like, surely, why not? So I did change drastically because my entire persona has changed. I am not who I was before 2020. I was always this person. I was always confident-ish and stuff. But now that I'm my own independent person, I also feel a lot older. I think everyone aged. Of course, we paused those years, but we also aged a lot. I feel so much older than 23. Like I feel like I've experienced more things already, and you know, then moving to Bombay after that, after living at home for 1 year, after living away from home for 4 years, living with my parents after so long in the lockdown, because half of that lockdown was with my sister, 9 months, then it was with my parents. So the family dynamics, how I see my family now has changed. I'm so much closer to them now.
Nice.
I'm very reliant on them and very unafraid to be reliant on them as well. Previously, I think what I was also talking to my therapist about yesterday was they were like, why are you so unafraid to ask for help? Because I was like, I don't want to let my friends come over today because I'm just not in a happy clappy mood. And my therapist said, and like, what is the issue with that? But I have that pressure of wanting to be the jovial person and everything.
All the time.
Character. Yeah, like having a great day. My room is super clean. But yeah, so I think a way I view everything, relationships, myself, has changed after that.
94.3 One World, your station. Radio 1.